Hello and hi. Welcome to Design Chat. Today, I bring to you a simple logo design evolution comparison between two of the greatest cola rivals, Coca Cola and Pepsi. Both Coca Cola and Pepsi go back over 100 years. They both started their journey in the 1880s-90s era. It was John Pemberton, a chemist, who had formulated Coca Cola when he mixed wine with coca leaves and cola nuts. But later on, he replaced wine with a secret syrup because he wanted to take his product out of the alcoholic products category. Whereas Pepsi was born when another chemist called Caleb Bradham prepared a formula out of a substance called pepsin. He mixed pepsin with vanilla extracts and cola nuts. He called his formula a healthier alternative to Coca-Cola because in those days, Coca-Cola contained small amounts of cocaine. But for the purpose of this video, we are not interested in the products, but how the logo and branding evolved. Coca-Cola had a clear head start, as it was founded over 12 years ahead of Pepsi Cola. Yes, that is how Pepsi was called then. Although initially the Coca-Cola logo was written using just the typewriter font and then these quirky rendition, the first official designed logo was designed by Frank Robinson, who was John Pemberton's accountant. And as you can see, this logo that he designed has clearly stood the test of time. He took inspiration from a trend which was popular in the 1980s, which is to use the Spencerian script. Spencerian writing was popular in America, especially in official documents and letters. Whereas if you see, the Pepsi Cola logo was a clear imitation of the Coca-Cola logo. And this Me Too attitude lasted for almost 52 years. But very clearly, the Pepsi Cola logo kept refining and simplifying itself along the way. In the 1950s, Pepsi introduced for the first time a circular element by the way of a bottle cap. And of course, its iconic blue color. By the 1960s, Pepsi Cola dropped the cola from its name and became just Pepsi. But the blue color and the circular element were now getting stronger by the way of a straight and face-up bottle cap. But the biggest change was a new logo type or font face or whatever you want to call it. It was no longer a Me Too to Coca-Cola brand in that respect. Going forward in the 1970s, the Pepsi logo type started to emerge into its own. You can now clearly see the curved corners of the logo type emerging and the red, blue and the white color scheme becoming the mainstay. All along this time, the Coca-Cola logo was only subtly refining itself. There were experiments with the red plaque and then the white wave. And as you know, the white wave became one of the most iconic Coca-Cola design elements along with the Coke bottle. Things in the Coca-Cola camp were going well until this happened. In 1985, Coca-Cola decided to change its formula completely. And why? Because of some bizarre market intelligence which said that now people are preferring the sweeter taste of Pepsi to Coca-Cola. And what did they decide to call their new drink? Of course, the new Coke. This new drink was supposed to be a departure from their fabled age-old secret formula. And obviously, to communicate this, they needed a completely redesigned look, which was very different from their traditional one. And therefore, the designers came up with this slab serif logo with Coke as against Coca-Cola for the brand name. But this experiment lasted exactly for 79 days, from April 23 to July 11th, 1985. And no one really knows whether this was a genius marketing gimmick or a genuine mistake. But whatever it may be, Coca-Cola came back on popular demand. And this time it was called Coca-Cola Classic. By this time, the term Coke had sort of become a nickname for Coca-Cola, which the brand did not want to lose its ownership to. And therefore, in the late 1980s, you will see both Coca-Cola and Coke appearing together in branding. In the early 1990s, Pepsi again changed their logo to appear more current, whereas Coca-Cola experimented with adding their iconic bottle shape to the customer-facing logo unit. Even into the new millennium, the Coca-Cola logo received only minor changes in the form of a swirl or a yellow streak along the swirl, and a few other changes which is not really worth considering as a long-term logo change at all. But towards the end of the century, Pepsi changed its logo again. Although most of the elements remained the same, there were two minor alterations. And in 2008, under their new CEO Indira Nooyi, Pepsi revealed their brand new branding. Although the circle and the red and blue colors remained, the shape and the font underwent a drastic change. The Pepsi globe, as they call it, for the first time smiled. And also for the first time, the typeface was all small letters. This logo received some minor updates in 2014 when some unnecessary elements were removed and the font face was now made to look smarter and in proper proportions. And also for the first time, Pepsi was written in blue. As you can see, Pepsi was a runner-up in most of the markets and they knew this very well. In my opinion, the reason why Pepsi keeps rebranding itself, changing its looks and overall appearance time to time is to stay relevant and always stay in the public eye and have something to talk about. As a consumer, I like both the brands. But as a designer, my personal favorite is a timeless Coca Cola logo. And that's it, friends. Do let me know how you liked this design evolution comparison video. And also let me know if any part of my research was incomplete or incorrect. But please do not forget to subscribe to the Design Chat channel. Bye-bye. Now, as a bonus to all of you who stayed with me till the end, I've got something special. I have got the links to the Coca Cola and Pepsi fonts in the description. Enjoy!